She's not in the back.
Nope, we're live.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to In the House Media House Call with your host, myself, Michelle Diamond. And we have a very special segment this evening for you guys on this Winning Wednesday. So, welcome. We are in the house officially stamped. Bloop. So, this evening we have the amazing, the Black Fairy Godmother, Miss Simone Gordon. She will be joining us shortly. And just to give you a little bit of background about Miss Gordon, she's an amazing woman, has done some amazing things and continue to do it. The Black Fairy Godmother Foundation's mission is to restore Black and Brown families stability by removing the barriers that keep them in abject poverty and domestic violence situations. They are a nonprofit that uses the power of social media and crowdfunding to galvanize fellow fairy godmothers to either volunteer and contribute resources to help families that are in need. They provide full transparency on all the families that they serve, and they vet each situation to maintain their organization's integrity. So, this is definitely a foundation that's rising above and going beyond to help those in need. And she has joined us, and I am so grateful to have her. So, that's just a little bit of background on the Black Fairy Godmother Foundation. Their mission is amazing. And we just want to say thank you, Simone, and welcome to House Skull with us and just to share your journey and get some more information on all that you're doing within the community to help these, family that are in need. So, how are you today?
I am doing well, and thank you so much for having me today.
Absolutely. It's my pleasure. We did your introduction, and as I said, her name is Simone Gordon, aka the Black Fairy Godmother, and a title so befitting from everything that I've read. So, just to break the ice, tell us something interesting about yourself that most people wouldn't know.
Well, I am an autism mom and a full time nursing student. I'm going to take my nursing degree and go into public health to help more of the public. And
Yeah.
most people don't know, but I'm kind of shy, but I love helping people. I get this gift from my grandmother, even though my story goes beyond my grandmother, but that's where I get my gift. I learned a lot from her and my ancestors on the way they came together in the 60s and 70s to make things work. And I'm trying to bring that momentum back.
Wow, awesome. And yes, definitely would not have known that you have a tad bit of shyness because your platform, amazing. And just the interaction that you have with all those people and just being so humble, it's truly breathtaking. So thank you for that and for sharing with us about that you do have an autistic son as well. And I kind of know a little bit about that. I don't have the personal experience, but one of my girlfriends also has an autistic son, and I know that it can be a struggle, and if you are not fully equipped or in the right mindset, things can go left, and just you having the courage to share that with us. Thank you again. So, with everything going on, can you share with our viewers the inspiration behind the Black Fairy Godmother Foundation? Oh, wait a minute. The mic went mute.
Can you hear
One
me
moment.
now?
Yes.
I lost my job in 2017 and I was working for a big bank and they kind of went under. So I was only making $200 a week and I was receiving unemployment. But that wasn't helping because my son just got diagnosed with autism spectrum disorder. So I went ahead and I contacted many nonprofits, many hospitals, wait on long lines, and nobody was there to help. So I got defeated and I went ahead and went on Facebook and I asked people, where can I get help for my son? Because I just didn't want to give up. And someone said, hey, there's a group that helps single mothers like yourself. So I went ahead and I joined the group. It was reparations and offerings.
Wow.
And I told them my story. I said, "Hey, I'm a good mom. I'm just need some help. My son needs medical supplies. I've been reaching out to the local hospital. I've been reaching out to nonprofits, and they're shutting doors in my face. Can
Mm.
somebody lead me the way?" And it was four strangers like, "Give me the number to the hospital. I'm going to make some noise." There was another woman who said, "Hey, I have a Target card. I could buy him some Depends and wipes." And there was another woman like, "Have you ever thought about going back to school?" And
Mm.
I said, "Yes, but I owe a bill." She said, "Well, let me make that happen." Everything came together to the point where the woman who made the call to Children's Specialized Hospital, I don't know what miracle she have done, but she was a Caucasian woman. Within 2 weeks, my son started his physical therapy, speech
Oh,
therapy, and
wow.
occupational therapy.
Amazing.
So I wanted to go back to school, but in 2007, I owed a bill of 741. So what happened? The stranger said, "I'm going to write a check out to that school. I'm going to clear that balance, and I'm going to help
Mm.
you re-enroll." She helped me re-enroll and paid off that balance and paid my tuition because prior to that, I had failed some courses from dropping out of school.
Right.
So I said to myself, I'm getting all these blessings for my son. I'm getting back on my feet. I left a relationship that was no good. What can I do to give back to my community? So I said, you know what? I'm going to start fundraising on my Facebook page and providing resources for Black and Brown marginalized moms because I was discriminated against because I came from an urban area and I went ahead and I applied for different resources. But because of my gender and because of my race, I was
Right.
getting shut down. So that's when I went ahead. I started fundraising on my own platform, and many people across the U.S. just start calling me the Black Fairy Godmother. They're like, "You're the fairy godmother that comes in the middle of the night and provides blessings to many people in need."
Wow. I mean, that's amazing. A wonderful story. And, definitely shout out to that wonderful woman that helped you. And, kudos to you for taking that initiative to pay it back, pay it forward. So that's definitely a blessing in disguise. And it takes a village. And, regardless of, that woman that assisted, doesn't matter if she was black, white, Puerto Rican, Haitian, whatever the case may be,
Right,
she took the initiative. She was a woman, so she connected and wanted to assist another woman in need. And I'm quite sure, she's assisted many others because it just seems that's, the spirit that she has. So thank you to that wonderful woman that assisted Miss Gordon and having her begin this journey to help so many other, women and children to get to a place of stability. Amazing journey. Thank you so much. Wow. Look, having me tear up over here. Look, like I didn't expect this. Oh my goodness. I just love meaningful stories, and that one was very deep. Um, so you gave us a little bit of background. How did the name Fairy Godmother come into play?
Well, I know my mama gonna listen to your interview and she gonna be like, "Girl, what did you do?" So I was supposed to be in class, but fairy godmothers have their wings and they gotta expand, right? So
Yes.
I was in I was in math class and there were many of I had my Facebook on and many people were tagging me. There was a mom in Maryland who had a heart condition and she was being evicted in 4 hours. And many people tagged me and said she needs to come up with $1,000 or the sheriff was going to lock up her apartment.
Wow.
So I went on my Facebook page and I fundraised that money, and we got that money in less than what, 20 minutes? And then I
Oh.
went ahead and I cashed apped her, and everybody just started chanting. Many celebrities, many authors, many influencers is like, "Oh, she got to get on IG. She's the fairy. She's the black fairy." And I know I was supposed to be in class, mom, but I passed that class. But it was just the thought of just thinking about a mom who within hours will be out on the street, padlocked, who contacted local officials,
Mm.
local politicians. She was desperate. And I made that happen. And until this day, I still have in contact with her and she's doing great.
Amazing. And Glad she's doing great. And I mean, not only her facing an eviction, but you mentioned that she also had a heart condition, that she was
Right.
ill. So mom, I get it. Because my parents are sticklers for school and you paying attention to what you're supposed to do. But do you see, it was a calling, it was a purpose. And
Yes,
look at what that purpose has done. Look at where she is now. And so many more wonderful families are getting the assistance they need because of your daughter and what she's done. So, see, mom, that
absolutely.
it's always, brighter picture.
Yes, thank you for that. Thank you for that.
Absolutely. Listen, I totally understand. Oh, my goodness. And I'm so happy to hear that she's doing well.
Yes.
Keep up the excellent work. Um, I wanted to touch in a little bit more because you've done so much. You're back in school, studying nursing to get into, the health system so that she could assist on another, level, another plateau. So, with that, tell me, what is the key to success when communicating with the public, in your words?
You have to listen before you have to listen before you can communicate. Because me and you could talk all day, but we have to listen to the people first. Once we listen to the people, then we can actually get a resolution. It's just that simple.
Yes, 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 yes. Listening is absolutely key. Yes, yes. See, and your son agrees, so I am grateful
Yes.
for that as well. Absolutely. And since you told us that listening is definitely key, what is the most rewarding part of working with these families for you?
Some of the families are coming back letting me know that they're back in school or they left a certain neighborhood. We have one family that just opened up their nail salon in Baldwin Hills. Yeah. She opened up her nail salon and she always tagged me on IG and said, "This is the woman who helped me when I was in the shelter." And, she's doing many celebrity nails and hair. So, yeah, I love seeing that.
Oh, that's awesome. And that's definitely, very rewarding just to see that these people are actually flourishing from the assistance that you gave and just, being happy that they have that stepping stone to further, enhance their circumstances. So absolutely amazing. What do you think the biggest challenge that you have experienced thus far?
Sometimes people who have substance abuse, I have the biggest challenge of having them get on board with getting clean or having mothers who are facing domestic violence to get out that situation.
Mention.
It takes a lot because a lot of people don't understand. They're like, well, this person is being abused. Sometimes when the mothers leave and go on to a next situation, as far as going to a domestic violence shelter, a lot of people don't know, but CPS get involved. So just think about, you're leaving a situation, you're going to a shelter, and they take your children. That's all you have. So my program, we don't put them in shelters. We put them in Airbnbs, and we have a mutual agreement with extended stay. Thank God for them and their contract
Oh,
to help the mothers for 2 to 3 months get back on their feet at a discounted rate so that we can find them an apartment, so that we can go ahead and find them a school or just a job of their choice. Yeah.
right.
And some people
Oh,
don't know that. They're so quick to say, hey, put them in a shelter. No, it doesn't always work that way.
work like that way. Nope, 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 nope. It doesn't. Ah, that's great. So I've read, and you touched on a few where you do help with schooling, finding the place to stay. Could you share with the viewers some of the services that the Black Fairy Godmother Foundation offers to those that are in need?
Yes, the Angel Food Assistance Fund is a program where, in case somebody is in need of emergency groceries, toiletries, or medical supplies, we would Instacart them.
Mm,
Many people would push people to go to food pantries, but number one, a lot of the food pantries do not coexist with dietary needs. There's many seniors who don't have rides to get to these food pantries, and at times it depends where you go because food pantries lack in a lot of food.
Yes.
So what we do is somebody is stressing that they need toiletries, food, and medical supplies. Just give us that list. We will take it from CVS, Walmart, wherever the case may be, and we will deliver it to your home. And many
Mm,
people love it. Many mothers love it. Um,
very
and we have a
convenient.
mutual agreement with Instacart. They waive all of our fees when we send
Wow.
those supplies as well. We've been giving them so much business that they have expanded in the South, you
Mm,
know. So we have that program. We have the Fairy Dust Scholarship Program. Every Mother's Day, we give single mothers who are marginalized scholarships to go back to school because I believe that there is always life after trauma. Just because you're a single mother or you're going through a certain situation does not mean that you can't be that business owner. It does not
exactly.
mean you can't be that teacher, or it does not mean that you can't be that truck driver because now women are going into that business. Situation does not mean that you can't be
Absolutely.
that
Oop,
business owner.
sorry.
It's
Yeah,
okay.
look, had
It's
you
okay.
repeat it on the loop, but yes, you are absolutely correct.
So
Absolutely.
Tori Birch, she saw that I was a mother that was over 30 that went back to school, and they were giving me $5,000 just cash to spend,
Mm,
and I said, no.
right.
Take that $5,000 and help me create a scholarship program for women of color, and there you have it. On Mother's Day, we awarded 20 mothers, and we put them in trade school because not only did we get that 5,000 from Tory Burch, but other companies stepped in and said, "Hey, we want to help out too." So
Wow.
Mother's Day was a beautiful thing where people went back to trade school, some went back to colleges, and we have two women who have their CDL licenses.
Oh, that is amazing. Oh my goodness. So, listen, viewers, if you are able to assist on this level, please contact her. We're going to share all that information at the end because this is definitely well needed and well overdue because there's so many. I know quite a few down here in Atlanta that are struggling with that, and just the balance, family life and going back to school or even going back into the workplace. And a lot of people are finding issues with this whole pandemic situation
Pandemic,
and
yeah.
trying to basically just ease themselves back into the normalcy of things. And uh, it's like this is the new normal, so the sense of normalcy that we are used to in the past, you have to kind of get that out of your mind because now it's like we have to retrain our way of thinking that things are a little bit different and the adjustments are necessary. And with the services that you're offering, I could see that helping so many young women that are so in need of the services here. So we definitely need to, you know, connect and
I
get
have a lot of people that we support in Atlanta and in Georgia.
even
By the
better.
way, if you look on my platform, last week there was a mom who needed to get out of a shelter in Atlanta, so we raised the funds for her first month's rent and her security deposit, and
Oh,
she moved in. We posted the lease and the keys, and then what we do is we just don't help people with housing. We furnish the apartment. We put an Amazon wish list of items that are under $50. Some of the furniture, like the bedding, like the mattresses and the living room sets, we know that that will be pricey, but people will sleep on Amazon. All you have to do is click on Amazon products and you can furnish and make a kitchen and bathroom look great.
oh,
So after we give them that of having their children, having themselves into a stable apartment, we furnish it. And all those boxes from Amazon come right to their house and they're able to make a home, an actual home.
mm, mm, mm. See, and this is why she is the Black Fairy Godmother. Okay, I mean the name exactly like I said before. It's befitting. Like that's amazing. I love it. You have me tearing up, smiling. I don't know what to do here. Seriously, I'm like, wow. Oh my gosh. This is great. So I thank you for sharing that information with us. And how would you say then, in your own words, your definition of success?
My definition of success is taking your time. When you take your time and really analyze what your journey will be, you will be successful. I know that we see many of celebrities, many of entertainers, and we see them with the houses, the cars. They took their time. Nothing comes overnight. So if you take your time, especially if you're going through a hardship and you are actually looking at this interview, I guarantee you within a few months that you will actually look back on my interview and said she was right. Take your time, draw out your plan, do a vision board. Hey, many of us go to the doctor's office. I'm not saying still magazines, but ask them, may I have a magazine or two? Take that magazine or two, create a vision board to where you will see yourself in the next 6 months to a year. And I guarantee yourself, once you follow that vision and you take your time, you will get to where you need to be. Because that's exactly what I've done. I took my time to get to where I needed to be to continue to help others. And that's the beauty of success.
Amazing. Yes, I definitely um, concur with that statement. I'm in agreement with it all the way because vision boards, you know, and my one of my great friends, we call it life mapping. It's how you map out what your nows and futuristic goals are. So definitely take heed to what the Black Fairy Godmother is telling you because she's dropping some gems on you. And if you need magazines, absolutely. My uncle, he's a collector. We have tons that are still packaged, have not even been opened. So listen, you need some, contact me. I got you. We will mail them out to help you map out your path. I have no problems with that. I'm with Miss Gordon on this one. We're going to get you on the right road to getting your life back on track. Ah, that's great. So we know you mentioned your son being autistic. What does autism mean to you? And how have you been able to deal with, the ups and the highs and the lows?
Autism is a gift. And what I mean by that is that individuals who have autism, including children, they have the gift where they don't have to express themselves in order for us to understand. They have their own love language, I call it. Autism taught me how to love and how to appreciate life. And yes, the ups and downs, you have to fight with the schools to make sure that your child is getting the best education. There's not many programs that are in the US, especially in the urban areas. So you have to be creative to make sure that your child or the individual or the loved one that you're caring for get the best care as possible. I know that, 4 a.m., I have to wake up and take care of my son, get him dressed, get him cleaned up. I know that I have responsibilities of taking him to school and being patient when he have his behaviors. But God didn't give me this child just to say, hey, I have a child with autism. God is teaching me how to love. So anytime you see an individual who have not just a child or a loved one with autism, but just a special needs loved one in their life, just understand that God is teaching them how to love and also is teaching us how to understand. So that's what
Yes.
autism means to me.
Mm, beautiful. Ah, so, with everything that you're dealing with, um, being able to so eloquently explain, your definition of autism and it being a gift, and talking about the highs and the lows, that sometimes the school system may not have that proper educational need that your child may need because everybody's needs are different, even in the autistic world, like every autistic child is different.
Correct.
So meeting them at their level is definitely something that there's a lot of battle with. Um, and even dealing with the things that you have on the table with, the Fairy Godmother Foundation, how do you stay motivated and balance everything?
You know what motivates me, Diamond, Miss Diamond? When people, it might sound strange, what motivates me every day to keep going is when I send somebody's kid off to college and they show me pictures of them in their dorm Or when a mother takes pictures with their phone and say, I got my groceries that's at the door and I wasn't expecting $300 worth of groceries. I just wanted you
Mm,
to send hot dogs and bread. That keeps me going. When that woman in Baldwin Hills has that nail and hair salon that's expanding and she has a celebrity clientele, that's what keeps me going. I might not be where they're at, but just knowing that I will be and that I bless someone and put a smile on their face, or even some of the individuals who escape domestic violence and knowing that one just purchased her first home in South Carolina and she's doing great. She
mm,
left New York to go to South Carolina. Her kids is, sitting under the lemon tree. That's
right.
what keeps me going.
I love it. Just being able to see your work coming, you know, to full fruition. That's something that definitely can, place a smile on your face as well as in your heart, and motivate you to
Amen.
keep pushing so that you could have another family have that same outcome as well. So, with that, we are going to take a commercial break with a few words from our sponsors and the Black Fairy Godmother Foundation. So we will be back, guys, with Miss Simone Gordon, the Black Fairy Godmother.
Hi, Antonio Fargas here, inviting you to join me and the Black Fairy Godmother Foundation for their Purple and Diamond Awards fundraiser dinner, October 30th, 2021 at 7 p.m. at the Waterside Restaurant in North Bergen, New Jersey. The Black Fairy Godmother Foundation helps those in need across the country, providing shelter, meals, and clothing to families during disasters such as Hurricane Ida. Also helps women leave domestic violence situations. For more information regarding the Purple and Diamond Awards fundraiser, go to www.theblackfairygodmother.org. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Howard Hewitt, and I hope you'll join me and the Black Fairy Godmother Foundation for their annual Purple Diamond Awards fundraiser dinner on Saturday, October 30th, 2021. It'll start at 7 p.m. at the Waterside Restaurant in North Bergen, New Jersey. The Black Fairy Godmother Foundation is committed to the betterment of communities, from feeding families to helping women get away from domestic violence to education. For more information regarding the Purple Diamond Awards fundraiser, go to www.theblackfairygodmother.org. Thank you. Hope to see you there. God bless.
Amazing. I love it. I cannot wait because I'm going to be there live, and I cannot wait to see everything come to play. I know the media team is going to be there and capture uh, the whole essence of just your work and the part that you've done. So thank you for sharing that. Now, with everything else that you have going on, we all have our fork in the road. Uh,
Right.
we've all faced a major decision in our lives, if not many, you know, um, pretty much resulting in us choosing to take either a left turn instead of that right. So, for you, what was your fork in the road?
My fork in the road was leaving a relationship that wasn't healthy for me. And I thought because of the fact that I had a child with the individual, that it was my duty and my right to stay with that individual no matter how they treated me. But I said to myself one day, no, I am beautiful. I am worthy. I have my parents and my family who will back me up. And even if I didn't have my parents to back me up, it was still um, my son deserved a better life. So I went ahead and I took that fork out and I said, I'm done.
Yes, yes, yes.
I'm done.
Thank you for sharing that. Look, I told you you're gonna have me crying. Very relatable. I can definitely relate to that. Dr. Dorn jumped in. He may have something to add to that. I'm not sure, so I'll ask him. Dr. Dorn, you're on mute. You're on mute.
I
There you
just
go.
wanted to commend you for the wonderful job you're doing, and I just, I'm going to be honored to meet you. We'll be up there to help you bring in this celebrate, wonderful occasion, and just keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you so much. And a lot of people don't know, but the survivors that we helped to get to where they needed to be will be there. So if you see women in all
Yeah,
purple, they will be there.
Awesome,
awesome. I
awesome.
love it.
They're
I
traveling
have
all
to.
over the world just to come be here.
I
Yeah,
listen. Like I said,
that's awesome.
being a victim of domestic violence, done all of the above. Being a mom at one point where I had to struggle, I definitely, you know, can relate. Everything that you're doing and everything that you've mentioned that these other single moms or just women themselves, they might have been married, whatever, like you said, domestic violence, it resonates with me. And that's why I'm like, I don't know if I want to cry or if I want to continue to smile. And commendable all the way. I'm so happy that you're doing what your heart
You
full
got me
intention
tearing up.
is. Like, I mean, because it's this is very deep on so many levels. So thank you.
Yes.
A lot of people don't have people to turn to, and you're opening that door for so many. And whew, okay. So, can you tell us then, now that we heard it from some amazing greats on our commercial break, as well as Dr. Dorn jumping in, about the second annual Purple Diamond Awards? Could you tell us about it? We saw who was going to be in the building for some, and could you share with us a little bit more in detail as to what people can expect?
We have plenty of awards that we see on TV, plenty of events that's honoring celebrities for the philanthropy work that they do. But what about the mom and pop businesses or the neighborhood aunt and uncles who are getting their feet and their hands wet, but nobody's looking their way? So the Purple Diamond Awards is providing awards to grassroots organizations that are stepping in to help marginalized community members all over, especially one of the top domestic violence organizations in the state of New Jersey have been in business for 77 years and have not been recognized by our governor or many politicians. And this is their first award by saying thank you for inviting many men and women who were victims of domestic violence and feeding many children. So we are actually giving awards to grassroots organizations that are doing so much work out here that are not getting the proper recognition. And with each ticket sale, what we do is we take that money and pour it into the individuals that need assistance with education or to relocate due to domestic violence so that they could get a new start at life.
And it's so
100%.
necessary. Oh, and did you hear that? 100%. Um, we're not going to bash anyone. We know that there are many foundations and organizations out there. However, not all give back 100%. So huge kudos again. I
Thank you.
love it. And I've heard so much about what you're doing and what you've done and continue to do. So yes, you heard that correctly. 100%. So what better foundation to support, give back to? You see the work she's doing, you hear it. Let's support another queen that rightfully deserves or support. Let's pull together as a community, bridge that gap, and just assist with everything that we have going. So, is there anything that you wish more people knew about your organization?
We have 50 volunteers and they're stationed in each state, and soon we are gathering together to open chapters so that people can come in and actually be face to face, so that we're not always on social media. There are many nonprofit organizations that have chapters but are not doing the right thing by people. So in 2022, we want to change that momentum and open chapters in California, Louisiana, Missouri, Atlanta, Florida, and the tri state area of New York, New Jersey. That is where the most highest rates of domestic violence and the highest poverty rates in the United States. So we took those statistics and the statistics that we are receiving, far as all the applications that are coming in for help, and we will be opening up chapters there. And most of the people that will be in those chapters are 100% volunteer based. So yeah, we're working on that.
Me, I'm going to
Yes.
volunteer. I'm going to volunteer because this is something that's near and dear to my heart. So, yay! I'm so excited. I cannot wait. Forever a supporter, I tell you that. So, on a lighter note, because you gave us a lot of soul food, and I mean it, that's something that the soul needed nourishment, that comfort of knowing that there are people like you out there that are actually giving back 100% and doing it with the love and wanting to even take it even further, like expounding on what you already have. I'm grateful for you. Thank you.
Thank you. We need that soul food and that spiritual food, because without that, where are we going to go?
You said it best. Where are we going to go? You're absolutely correct. So, with that, what is your favorite quote?
My favorite quote is, we're here for change and we're not here for profit. But if you're here for profit, there's no way that we can change.
Mm, I like that.
Everybody wants to help, but they want something in return.
Right.
But if you're here to get something in return, then you're not here to change somebody's heart or mindset. You're here for self, and that's no way to be. God wouldn't want you to be that way, or our ancestors.
Correct. And you're not moving in your calling authentically if you're
Correct.
looking for what's in it for me opposed to just doing it because just because. So, yes, beautiful. Well, what is one takeaway that you would like our viewers to absorb?
I want everyone to absorb their surroundings. I want you to absorb the changes that are going on in black and brown communities. We are strong, but we must stick together. We must protect ourselves, protect our children, and protect our neighbors. If we
Yes,
do that, I see that anything is possible in endless beginnings.
absolutely. Absolutely. Validity all the way across the board. Yes. So at this point, our Black Fairy Godmother, rightfully so, Miss Simone Gordon, can you please share with our viewers your social platforms where they can follow you, love on you, support
Yes.
your movement, all of the above, and the best way to contact your foundation for assistance, or if they just want to be, contributors or want to get involved?
Yes. You can contact us by following our IG page, the Black Fairy Godmother Official is a verified page, or our Facebook page, the Black Fairy Godmother Foundation, or our wonderful website, www.theblackfairygodmother.org. Each tab will tell you how to get in contact with us, what programs we have, and also the next opening to our applications where you can apply for assistance.
Amazing. Well, guys, I am full with so much love and positivity just being on this segment with our Black Fairy Godmother, Miss Simone Gordon. And I hope you guys, have that full nourishment as well. And thank you again for sitting on our platform. We know you've graced many and have been on some major television programs and shows. And I just want to say thank you for blessing us with your presence and sharing, in abundance what the Black Fairy Godmother Foundation is about. Your movement is amazing. I love you. I will continue to support you. I can't wait to get all hands in. And thank you to Mr. Angelo Ellerby for making this connection possible and for us just to be able to share with our viewers what the Black Fairy, the Black Fairy Godmother is about and what her purpose is and her sole mission. So tap in, follow her on all social platforms. And this is your host, Michelle Diamond, for the evening, and our Black Fairy Godmother, Simone Gordon. And until next time, guys, we love you. Remember, you're always welcome in the house, and all we ask you to do is pay it forward.